I've prepared something, and obviously it's for Sunny Silver Linings. It's in
Wow.
theme. It's very in theme. It's only about 10 seconds, but all right.
Welcome to IT by Design's Culture and Career Corner with CEO Sunny Kayla. Today's guest is Carly Greer, Social Media Manager at ITBD. Today, they chat about Carly's career journey, her take on ITBD's culture, her top 3 life lessons, and so much more. Over to you, Sunny.
Hi, Carly. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Sunny. I'm excited to be here.
So it's so interesting that today you are on this show as my guest, and you have been my team member, helping me prepare the final product with your beautiful voice that you do the intro. And so today you're here as my guest, and I'm so excited to have a conversation with you today.
I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be on the other end. I'm normally on the back end of the podcast, but now I'm front and center. So
Yeah, at ITBD we call it front stage, backstage.
yeah,
So you have been in the backstage. Today you are front stage.
yeah.
Okay, so let's start with your journey. Can you share your life journey that you want to share with the universe?
Sure. So I'm originally from Wheeling, West Virginia, which is actually where I live now. I graduated from West Virginia University in 2018 with a digital integrations degree, which is just a fancy way of saying I got a degree in marketing. And I actually started as a psychology major, but while I was taking my classes, I was very interested in psych, but I realized that my love for psychology stem from the psychology of business. And so I ended up switching my major to marketing because I do think that's really all marketing is a psychology of selling things to people you want to sell to. So I switched and I got a marketing degree. And then after college, I worked for Hilton Hotels for a little bit in sales. And then the pandemic hit, and I had an ITBD alumni reach out and say, we have some open positions, and he referred me to you guys. And I actually interviewed for a completely different position. And I heard back like a month later saying, we didn't get you for that one, but we have social media, which is exactly what I went to school for. And it was perfect fit. And I've been here ever since.
Yeah, and beautiful journey so far. And you have
Thank you.
explored many different aspects of marketing.
Yes.
And I have a lot of gratitude for you
Oh, thank
because
you.
I could not have done these 300 plus podcasts without you. When you joined as my team member, my impact of from podcasts have gone up.
Oh,
Yes,
good.
the 10x growth that you helped me achieve, and it was only because team members like you joined and make that team very strong. Our production team, I call it, and
Well,
you
we
were at
wouldn't
the
get
center of
anything
the.
done without you, though.
It's
You're the
teamwork, right? At
ringleader,
the
but
end of the
thank you.
day,
Yes,
at the end of the day, it's teamwork.
absolutely.
And yeah, and truly enjoyed working with you. And I never had this type of speed of podcasts, the way we released these podcasts. And it's all because of you
Oh, thank
and a
you.
few other team members. But you
Yeah.
are like, you took it from entry to kind of finished product.
Oh, thank
Okay,
you.
so let's talk about ITBD culture. So you have been here now, and you were here during the COVID year, and you know the culture, you know the feeling. So can you define ITBD culture?
Yes. So, comparatively from my last job, I felt so almost like on an island by myself in my last job. Like, you do it yourself, you get everything done by yourself, and then the finished product is something you solely came up with. And coming over to ITBD has been such a blessing because it has taught me the value of working with a team, but also the value of when you have so many different minds that you put together every single day, you get so many different ideas bouncing off of each other. And it's just amazing what you can come up with when it's not just you doing the thinking, you know? So I would say the biggest thing about ITBD culture is the teamwork aspect. The sense of belonging here is very high. Like, I genuinely feel like you guys are like my work family, and you guys would be there for me if I needed anything, and you guys have been there for me when I've needed things. And there's such a pride in being able to say that I call us ITBDians. There's a pride in being a member of the ITBD family. And so teamwork, pride, and having bosses that care about you more than they care about themselves is, always a plus.
No, appreciate that. And you're being too kind here. Uh,
It's all
yeah,
true, I promise.
yeah, and it's because it takes that mindset, which is a similar mindset, or there's some kind of like shared value system,
Mhm.
shared set of beliefs. That's what makes that teamwork, great
Yeah.
or enjoyable teamwork, right? So there are a lot of things that I want to talk about here. But I think what I'm really, really interested in sharing with our next generation, with our peers, is your life lessons.
Hmm.
Because a lot of your journey and what you just talked about is going to be more of, I think, when you live that culture, when you live that roadmap, and you learn, you learn a lot. So that's
Hmm.
what we're going to share now. So my next and the favorite question is, what are the top three greatest lessons that you have ever learned in life?
Okay, so my first one kind of bounces off my last point, which is, you know, you don't have to know everything as soon as you're brought into an organization, or, when people have questions, it's okay to say, I don't know. I am going to go ask this person because they do know. And so learning to ask for help has been probably one of the hardest things for me because I was so used to working alone, but has been the most beneficial in my time here because I realize it's not a burden on your coworkers for you to ask them for help. They want to help you because they want to help the organization. So that would definitely be my first lesson is, it's okay to ask for help, even when you don't think you need it.
Mhm. Okay, so ask for help. Don't be afraid of asking questions, asking for help. No one expects you to know everything, so it's okay to ask. What's
Yes.
the second lesson?
So my second lesson would probably be, having a team with different types of people and the importance of that, because the way that we work together so well is because we're all bringing something to the table. I always say, if you're only bringing your plate to the table, then you're not bringing anything, And so we've got a whole 5-course meal in in our marketing team with our different ideas, and especially, having people from different cultures. We work with people. I'm in the US, but I work with people in Canada, in India, in the Philippines, and to be able to have expanded my horizons tenfold because of how vast the cultural differences are and how much we can also be so similar in certain ways as well.
Hmm. Yeah, so what I'm hearing is diverse teams. It's really good for the team because you bring diverse perspectives,
Hmm.
and from complementary skills perspective as well, that kind of combines or creates a capability by combining these unique capabilities. One person have that, but when you combine people and their gifts, then it becomes a unique gift.
Absolutely.
And another piece that you did share is that global exposure, right? Because I know I really, really believe in this, that well-traveled people are always a lot more mature, and they have a
Absolutely.
broader view of the world. They have that broader perspective,
Hmm.
right? Because they know all these different cultures and their value systems, and what we can learn from all these different cultures. So when you work in a company in an environment which is global, and people from different walk of life come and they share something that you don't know, or the only way to get that exposure is traveling to that country. But when you are working in a diverse team, people from different countries, then you kind of get that strategic advantage, and
Absolutely.
that's kind of a byproduct, right? Which grow makes you grow the tenfold that you talk about. So, what is
Yes.
the third lesson?
So my third lesson would probably be, and I think a lot of people my age take this with a grain of salt, and I don't want them to, or a little younger than me. But my third lesson would be that you don't need to know exactly what you want to do with your life as soon as you graduate college. I thought
Hmm.
that I was going crazy when I was graduating because I was like, I don't know what I want. What do I love doing? And I couldn't figure it out, but it found me. It really
Hmm.
like the opportunities that I've been given at IT by Design, as you know, I like to sing and I like to make music and all that stuff. And I've been given that opportunity here. How blessed am I, to be able to turn one of my hobbies into a product for ITBD, and it doesn't feel like work when we do that. So you don't have to know exactly what you want to do. Sometimes the right job and the right people will find you. Not always. I'm not saying don't look, but sometimes you don't have to know everything when you're 22.
Yeah. So let's unpack that a little bit,
Hmm.
because there's so much wisdom there. That because I know that my elder one and a lot of kids in colleges or recent graduates, normally they're very hard on themselves, that okay, they don't have clarity on which major, which even when they graduate, what to do.
Yeah.
And sometimes it kind of kills their confidence.
Hmm.
And what I hear you say is that protect that confidence, and it's
Yeah.
okay if you don't know. Yeah, work on discovering yourself and knowing what your passion and gifts are. But it's okay when you don't know. And another piece that is there that we can probably talk about that a little bit here is that sometimes it's just making that bigger choice. Like
Hmm.
in your case, so when you have this social media role that you probably didn't play that role, you were courageous to take that role and make that decision that okay, it's okay. I'm gonna just step outside of my comfort zone.
Yes. And that's hard for some people, but it all starts with, the first step of stepping out of your comfort zone. Until you do it, you're always going to have anxiety about it. You're always going to wonder, like how bad or how good you could be at something until you try it. And you're not
Yeah.
supposed to be good at everything right when you first do it. There was a huge learning curve for me when I first got here, but to be able to have been given the resources and the opportunities to expand my marketing knowledge at a company that wants us to get better and they want us to, give us all of the resources that we could need to better ourselves, that only is going to better the organization. And so I
Yeah.
definitely think that's my probably the most overlooked piece of advice, but probably the most important one.
Yeah. No, so what's important there is that any company, any culture, where kind of that environment is conducive to
Mhm.
learn and grow. And if someone kind of really needs that little bit of guidance, development, that you are willing as a company to help people explore new possibilities.
Mhm.
So in your example, you explored a new possibility, and where we were okay with you exploring that new possibility and supporting you to build that new capability, which was social media marketing. And
Yes.
you have done a great job at it, right?
Thank you.
And yeah, so another piece that is kind of, when you said gifts, right? So like we're going to talk about your gift as well, and we're going to share that gift with people as well.
Oh, Lord.
But knowing your gifts And aligning yourself with your gifts is very important as
Yes.
well. So while you make that big choice, you make that put yourself out of that out of your own comfort zone, and you try something new. And if you're enjoying, it's kind of giving you energy, that means that activity that you're doing at work is really well aligned with your gift.
Yes.
So in this case, like a hard knock life that we did during Build It. And
Yes.
that was because of you combined something, your marketing now experience that you have gained, right, during this
Mhm.
Build It. It's been now 2 years or plus 2 years plus. And then you combined your gift of singing with that. And we came up with this brilliant, beautiful idea, and what we created, and the entire channel was so amazed that, okay, how did you guys do this? And I'm like, this is just our team. And in terms of video shoot, there was just a
Mhm.
couple of hours day before Build It,
Yes.
and we shared that beautiful production during Build It just within a day.
Yes.
And yeah, so know your gifts as well, and making sure that you take roles where your gifts are leveraged, because that's where
Absolutely.
you're going to have excellence, that's where you're going to have success. So
Absolutely.
I
And
want to share
also,
that gift.
one more thing with that is, like how you said leveraging your gifts. And for the first year that I was at ITBD, I didn't really tell anyone that I could sing. I don't know who found out, but Job had forced me on stage at the Christmas party, and that's when everyone heard me sing for the first time. But so, the lesson there is, tell people what your gifts are. You guys wouldn't have known that that was something that I enjoyed unless I showed you. We would never have any
Yeah.
of this stuff if, I hadn't been open and told you guys about these gifts or been forced to show you them.
Yeah, no, that is so true. And you
Hmm.
see how many people, I mean, there are people where they don't know their gifts, right? And they need to uncover that gift. They have to
Hmm.
unpack that gift. And
Yes.
that's like inward thinking. And then when you know your gift, you have to tell the universe that you have this gift. Otherwise, no one knows that you have this,
Exactly.
like, Kohinoor diamond hidden within you, right?
Yes.
that yeah that special superpower that you have.
Hmm.
And okay, so now let's share your superpower
Okay.
with our viewers. And yeah, so if you don't mind, if you can sing something that we can see your gift, we can share.
Yes, I've prepared something, and obviously it's for Sunny Silver Linings. It's in
Wow.
theme. It's very in theme. It's only about 10 seconds, but all right. Here comes the sun, doo doo doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. Meow, 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 meow. So that was for you,
Beautiful.
Sunny.
Thank you, so beautiful, Carly.
Thank you.
Any last thought that you want to share with the viewers to recap this conversation?
Sure. So I think, to recap, and my last piece of advice would really just be that it's just as important to work for a company and bosses that believe in you as it is for you to believe in them.
Hmm.
Believing in the people that you work for wakes you up in the morning. It gets you started. It's like coffee. So that would be my last final piece.
That is so beautiful. So okay, so those are really really amazing lessons. And the first one was okay to ask for help, and when you don't know, it's okay. And the second is that having a kind of really diverse team, and that hunger to work in a diverse team where everyone's diversity is appreciated and leveraged, and your unique gifts. And also, sometimes you don't know the third lesson, is that don't be hard on yourself when you don't know, right, what you're looking for. It's okay to take your time to discover that, but at the same time, knowing what your gifts are is very important, and aligning or finding roles where those roles and job activities are aligned with your gifts, so you can leverage those gifts is important as well, so that you can do anything. You can use that gift and do anything or achieve the success that no one else can achieve, because you are gifted with that, and that makes you excel in that area. And thank you so much, Carly, for coming and investing your time here, joining me, and I truly appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me. I had a great time.